Hello Sadia, what's in Madrid here doing an astrology reading for you. So you're born October 92 and you're not quite sure what time you're born, but that's alright. So you are a Scorpio, and in the Chinese zodiac you are born in the year of the monkey. Alright. So I'll start off with sun sign in Scorpio. Scorpio is quite an intense character. It's a character that will have a lot of emotions. It's a character that's very serious and generally someone who doesn't joke around too much and is very hardworking. You also have your moon in Scorpio, and moon is generally about what you want inside, your emotional state and your emotional needs. And having moon in Scorpio gives you somewhat of a maybe secretive personality. It makes you someone who is very love or love-hate relationship. You're very intense, you're very extreme, there's no middle ground for you, there's no compromise. And your Mercury is also in Scorpio. So having Mercury in Scorpio gives you an interest into the deeper things in life. Things like psychology. You really want to understand people's motivations and why they do certain things. You want to find out the core of things, I guess. Like, let's say you study maths. You don't just want to do simple multiplication and stuff. You want to do like advanced calculus, or if you do physics, you want to do like astrophysics or quantum mechanics. Very hard to understand stuff that goes to the core if you're not that into that and you prefer psychology or maybe even astrology. You generally want to find out the very nature of people and their drive and sort of what motivates them. Your Venus is in Sagittarius, and this is quite a good thing in your chart because you have so much in Scorpio that it could make you a little bit too intense and serious. Having Venus in Sagittarius makes your personality more open because Venus is about your relationships, both romantic, friendship with your family, friends, whatever, and also has to do with money. Now, when it comes to relationships, Sagittarius is quite open, it's quite free, it makes friends with everyone. It isn't too nitpicky about the smaller details, like you won't criticize people too much. You'll be very straightforward though when it comes to relationships, and you'll be very blunt and honest and direct, and that might offend some people, but generally your intentions are good. So, having this Venus in Sagittarius, it just makes your personality a bit more open, a bit more friendly, and a bit more cheery, and it makes you a little bit less secretive. When it comes to money, I guess you don't um, you don't really have too serious concern with money. You make it easily and you spend it easily. Next planet is Mars. So Mars is all about urgency, drive, aggression, violence, sort of the masculine side, the fiery side of you. And being in Cancer, it makes you someone who is very emotional when you get unhappy. It makes you very protective of yourself and your friends when you do become unhappy. And it might also make you somewhat unable to express your anger because Cancer as a sign is generally very defensive and protective, and Mars as a planet is very aggressive and forthright. So having Mars in Cancer will give you, it might retard your anger, your expressions of anger, and it just might make you a little bit more more restrained when it comes to expressing yourself. Jupiter is about your larger goals and your bigger ambitions in life. Your Jupiter is in Libra, and what this tends to mean is that Libra is someone who likes balance. It's someone who's interested in lots of things. It's also someone who's a little bit lazy. So you might find that even though you're very good at your studies, or you have very intense focus, or you're very professional in one aspect of your life, you might find that when it comes to other areas of your life, you might be a bit more lazy, or you might be a bit more indecisive about it. Say maybe when it comes to career, or what you want to study in university, or maybe what you want to do for the rest of your life, you might be a little bit indecisive and a little bit lazy about finding that. But again, because you have four planets in Scorpio, and they're all quite important ones, I think having this aspect of Libra could benefit you, because when I see your chart, I think you have a danger of maybe over specializing or focusing too much on one thing or one aspect of your life. Let's say if you're interested in music, or you're interested in science, you might spend too much time on that, and having Jupiter in Libra will balance that out a little bit. It might help you go out a bit more, socialize a bit more, and just be a little bit easier on yourself. Your Saturn is in Aquarius. Alright, so Saturn is the planet of restraint, it's a planet of discipline, being thrifty, being tactful, following your duties, saying no to things, basically self-discipline and sort of the realities of your life. Having Saturn in Aquarius, Aquarius is a fixed sign. It can be quite stubborn, it can be very opinionated, and having Saturn here will give you very strong sort of moral beliefs. Like, you will have a very strong view on people, the way society should be, ethics and moral values, the way life should be lived. And you might judge other people who don't think the same as you, or who don't live up to your high expectations. So it's just something to be wary of. When other people don't live to your standards, or they don't have as much drive, or they're not as hardworking as you, or they're a bit more relaxed when it comes to morals, yeah, just be careful not to judge them or rule them out of your life. Write them off straight away, get to know them a bit better, which I'm sure you're very capable of, because yeah, generally having monkey as your animal in the zodiac, monkey is a very smart animal. It's someone who knows how to talk, someone who knows how to present him or herself. It's someone who's more of a leader and is very good at sort of controlling a crowd, and it can also be very good at manipulating people or taking charge when needed. You might not be the best under pressure, or leading very large projects with a lot of risk, or sort of yeah, just a lot of responsibility. But when it comes to smaller groups, say groups of friends or smaller activities, or when it comes to debates and arguments, you will generally succeed, because yeah, monkey is the closest to a human being of all the signs, and therefore it's sort of the smartest when it comes to social activities. Combined with you having so much in Scorpio, which is a little bit different to the monkey. Well, it's very different to the monkey in that it's very introverted, it's very intense, and very analytical. Yeah, it's an interesting combination. It's quite a good combination, because the monkey will help you talk to other people, and Scorpio will help you have sort of a good mind, a good brain, and a very intense, non-superficial heart. So yeah, that's your reading. Hope you like it, and let me know if you have any questions.